No.
You're like, "Hey, that's exactly the point."
And it tastes so good.
So good.
All right. We got this shit. We are back. We're here. We can be heard. You cannot
Yay.
silence us.
We will not be silenced. This is important. We need to get it out to the people.
All right. So let me take a little sip.
Oh, sippy sip.
Glug, 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 glug,
Glug,
glug.
glug, glug.
And then,
Look how fancy my cup is.
Hold on.
Are you having difficulties?
I got it. There we go. Okay. Get everything set up here. First, we should be able to go to the home screen here. Let's check something first. Let's make sure this is working. Oh, look at us.
Oh, look at us.
That actually looks really good.
That's really cute. I like that.
Okay. We are doing something here.
Are you having difficulties?
We can hear it. I can hear it.
You can hear it? Good. Yay.
Okay. Get everything set up here.
You had to wipe the
First, we should be
crumbs from your
able to-
mustache.
I need to work on this. Go to the home. Let me tell y'all.
I didn't leave you enough time to shave. I apologize.
No, it's okay. It's okay. All right, are you ready?
Yes.
All right, let's start this again. Ready?
Yes.
3, 2, 1. Hello, welcome to a brand new show. Welcome to
But Sex?
I am Cody Shantz,
And I am Pixie J.
and welcome to the show where we're going to talk about nothing but
But
sex. I am super excited to start this new show. I personally am more of a person who kind of goes into like the pop culture drama. I like to spew my unwanted opinion on things that people didn't ask for. But this is going to be more of a history show, more of a diving
sexual
into
education.
Yes, certain topics. You will be able to explain it a whole lot better than me. You should start off the show, kind of explain to the people what they're going to be getting into.
Okay, so But Sex is an LGBTQ plus positive, friendly environment.
Yeah.
First and foremost, we are both very queer. But it is going to be a sexual education, sexual history, sexual knowledge, basically everything and anything surrounding sex.
And I'm ready to learn because let me tell you, I actually don't know a lot.
And
My
I
knowledge
know
is
a
very
little
skewed.
too much.
So she's ready to give. I'm ready to take. I am a bottom.
I hope you're lubed.
Always.
Always.
You keep it in the cheeks, ready to go. But we are so excited to get into this first episode. You know, we're gonna keep it soft. You know, give you a little soft core episode of what you're gonna get into.
A little background of us.
Yes, and
Mayhaps.
you know, so it's actually really funny. We met at a bar.
Yes.
You want to go ahead?
Yeah.
Take it away.
So
Tell the first story.
we were both at a queer bar in Midtown called The Rock. I go there every Monday night for karaoke.
Yes.
So
me too.
That's where we were, and I kind of sat down with them, started chit chatting, because I'd seen them there a couple of other times before.
Yeah, we've always said hi in passing.
But we never actually sat down and had a conversation, and I really wanted to because look
at these locks.
Why would you not want to sit down and talk to that? So we got to chit-chatting, and then, you know, like, the basics came up, like, oh, well, where'd you go to high school?
And then that was where it's really crazy, because, like, we did not recognize each other, wasn't anything.
At all.
And I asked her, I was like, oh, where'd you go to high school? Like, because one thing I always like to ask people, too, that I meet is, like, oh, did you grow up here? Like, are you from here? Because 99% of people that you meet here in Arizona are not from here. They're from somewhere else. And then let me tell you, it's a great icebreaker because then you're like, oh, why'd you move here? Or how do you like it? There's just so many questions to like deep dive down into that path. But she was like, oh yeah, I was from here. I was like, oh, where'd you go to high school? She said Ironwood. And I was like, oh fuck, so did I. I went to Ironwood. And so then I was like, but like, what the fuck? Like, I don't feel like I ever saw you. And so we're kind of like sitting there going back to back, trying to
forth, we're bouncing off the different teachers that we had, different classes that we took. And then we got to a class that we both happened to take.
It was the culinary arts class.
Yeah, it was the intro to culinary class. It was my sophomore year.
And I was a freshman. It was my very first. It was in the morning, too.
Yeah.
The very first
It was
class.
like the second class of the day.
And I don't even remember a whole lot about that class. Like, if I really look back at it, I remember the first day because I had my friend Maria there, and she was from my elementary school, and it's like your first day, and you don't know anybody, and you're just like fucking scared, and you're huddling around everybody that you went to elementary school with because those are the people you know. So you just kind of like stay in your little flocks for the first couple weeks. So like me and her were in the same class, so we kind of stuck together. I remember that incident. I remember yelling at some kid in the middle of class.
I remember that one.
I did not. And then when she said that, I kind of like started remembering more of the room. Mm-hmm. And then the story that just set it off. That was like, oh, I do remember you.
It's so embarrassing. Mom, if you're watching, no, you are not. You did not hear what I'm about to say. So that morning, right, I used to take the city bus to school from my house that I was living at part-time, and I would have to walk the rest of the way because the bus stopped at like 51st.
Oh.
And I had to go to 59th.
That's like a mile.
Yeah, so I had to walk that or like bike that. Sometimes I would have my bike.
You know what you get to do though? When you get older, you get to be like, when I was a kid,
I had to walk
up and down
a mile back and forth 2 times a day, and then ride a stanky city bus.
Next to some creeper who was playing with his genitals.
No, literally, it's happened. It happened.
Me the googly eyes.
It happened to me.
Tell that story. When? Sidetrack. We're taking a side rail.
I was on the bus on my way back home, and it was very uncomfy. I was like 15.
Ooh.
And I told him that I was like 15, and he was like, "That's okay." And
I was like, "Oh no, sir! No, it's not, like, you creeper!"
He kept getting closer to me, and I was like, "Get the fuck off of me!" And he was like, "Oh shit!" And then I scared him.
Ugh, what a fucking weirdo!
Yeah.
Why are people like that? Like they're like, "Ooh, did you?" I've been seeing this thing too, and like my friend Sarah was telling me about it too. She was like, that meme where it's like, now that I'm older, I've gotten catcalled a whole lot less than when I was a minor. Mm-hmm. And that's just so uncomforting to like know. Icky. And I'm like, it's true. Like I remember like, even just like, obviously growing up, all of my friends were girls. Like I always had girlfriends and a bunch of shit. So we'd always be like going to the mall or shit, or like walking around, hanging out, just like, we didn't have a lot to do, so we would just walk the fucking neighborhood, like, just cuz. And so, like, always people would be yelling out of the cars, like, at them. I remember that shit all the time. But now, like, yeah, you best believe, like, it's like we're invisible.
Yeah.
I'm not old. We're not old.
No, we're in our mid-20s.
I'm in my early 20s.
I'm in my mid-20s.
I'm a youngin'. I'm beautiful. I'm gonna be beautiful forever.
But okay, so let's get back to the main story at hand.
She had just gotten off the bus, had walked uphill 1 mile both ways, back and forth, in the burning hot, cold snow.
Yeah.
And now she's made it to school.
Almost to school, because on the way there, and the way that I was walking and through the neighborhood that I would shortcut through sometimes, was a guy. I don't remember his name, but he was a stoner, and he had weed on him. Yeah. And so I had some, and that was my first time getting high.
No.
And it was a half day at school. So we were on a block schedule, so each of our classes were like 90 minutes, but we only had like 4 classes a day with a lunch.
Honestly, I hear about like people who did like a full schedule in high school. That sounded terrible.
Yeah,
I take it.
That sounded like too much.
Easy peasy.
But so I got through my first period, which was choir. I had to sing high as a kite.
So you're stoned as shit. Now you've probably got cotton mouth, right?
Yeah, and real nasty. My eyes are belting. Red.
You're like,
my eyes are red.
People were like, why are you crying?
Yeah.
Why are you crying?
Yeah.
And then, like, I hit a dog on the way here.
And then on my way from choir to culinary, I was having myself a little sneaky snack. It was a little pack of Skittles, like one of the kinds you get in like a Halloween candy bag, and a Kool-Aid Jammer, the red one. And that was my breakfast, basically. And so we're sitting in second period, and all of a sudden, I really don't feel good. My tummy hurts. Okay.
Oh.
My tummy was not feeling too hot, and I was like, oh God, I think I'm going to throw up. And I can feel it kind of coming, you know, when you feel it coming right here. Yes. And you're like, oh God. So I was sitting pretty much right next to that door that led outside into the courtyard.
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, so...
It was like in the back of the classroom.
Yeah. So I ran out that as quickly as humanly possible, and I throw up. And it's like bright red because I just had a Kool-Aid jammer and Skittles. It was not fun. And then I realized that there's a big window.
That's what I was just going to say. The whole back of the classroom is just windows. It's all just windows. You can see completely out of it. So everyone's just turned their head
immediately when they heard the door open, and they're like, oh my God. And they all watched me throw up. And then I realized this. And I come back into the classroom, my head is down, and I just sit in my chair and I go...
Right back down.
I do one of these.
Like nothing happened. Don't acknowledge anything.
No. And our teacher was like, oh my God.
Staring at you.
Oh my God, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. I just, I made a not so smart choice to have Skittles and Kool-Aid for breakfast. So, and that did not sit right in my tummy. And she was like, do you need to go to the nurse, sweetheart? And I'm like, I can't go to the nurse. I'm a fucking kite. I can't go to the nurse.
Like, I can't talk to any more adults. It's going to be too bad.
So I go, no, that's okay. But can I go clean up in the bathroom? And she was like, yeah, sweetie, take as much time as you need. Here you go. Handed me the pass. And I went out and I grabbed me a big old glug of water from the water fountain. In that art hallway there. And I went to the bathroom and I had to splash my face and I got a good glimpse of myself and I was just like, oh my God.
Am I really this person?
It was kind of horrifying in that moment.
You're like 16, like thinking of every like life decision you've ever made because of like throwing up in front of the class.
Yeah. And then I finish off the day, right? My high is slowly starting to wear down, but my math class was like, I think my second to last class of the day. So it was like my third class of the day. And we were learning circles. Don't ask me a thing about circles in algebra 1. Or algebra 2, algebra 2. Don't ask me anything about circles. I don't know how to find the circumference of a circle. I don't know how to find the radius of a circle. My notes that day, those circles were the whack.
No,
they were whacked up.
I can blank out. There was one time I don't know. I don't think of things too well. I'm a very slow learner, okay, like I said. So I never kind of put 2 and 2 together that like, oh, I could always like split the blunt wrapper in half and then just smoke a mini blunt before school. And I was in college at the time. Yeah. So my morning classes ended. I had like a 2-hour break and then I had a 2-hour math class after. It was terrible. It was so long for no reason. But it was the only one that fit in my schedule at the time.
Jeez.
So then driving to school, when I figured that out, I would roll myself a little mini blunt. And the first time I did it, I smoked the whole thing. I was so high. I got to class. I sat down. I was awake. I was aware, but I spaced out. It felt like 15 minutes had gone by. And he's like, all right, like, we'll see you guys. And I looked down. I had notes. I wrote shit down. I could not tell you a single thing of what that man said the entire day.
Not at all. Oh, the dog is trying to get in.
What is that? Ziggy! She's going crazy. We had to kind of let her not come in just because there's a lot of stuff going on and there's
a big setup happening that could get knocked over. Things could get broken.
And I think I've explained it previously in like a That's Whack video, but like Ziggy's gone through a lot. She's had a lot, so she doesn't do well with a lot of new people. So they have to slowly get introduced, and we're trying to produce something here, so she needs to just be out of the room. We love her, but like she's fine.
Yeah.
But that story really, like, that was
Yeah.
the one that resonated with me, and I was like, I remember you. I remember that situation. But also because, luckily, we are people who did not peak in high school,
Absolutely not.
I still, like, I remember the scenario, but I don't remember the person.
Yeah, and like
You know
I
what
feel
I'm
like we
saying?
got a fresh,
Yeah, it was
clean
like meeting
start,
a whole
like-
new person, and, like...
because we really both have changed a lot. We both look very different. Like, obviously, when you look back at pictures of us, you go, "Oh no, yeah, that's us. Like, that's you."
But it's
I can
the
tell
whole
that that's you.
aesthetic.
But it's like everything else. Like, so much is different that it's like a whole different person. And
I carry myself
that
completely
16-year-old that I was is not the 25-year-old that I am now.
No. And so then we came together one day after, like, hanging out a couple times.
Yeah.
You know, it was like a few times of us getting together and, like, just seeing each other at the bar. And then you were hosting karaoke.
Yes, I was,
And
because
we-
Trey was gone.
And we came on in and we sat down and we're like, whoa, karaoke, yeah.
And I was like, hey.
And he came over and we just chit chatting, and you were just like, I want to do a podcast.
I've always wanted to start a podcast, like
And I was
specifically
like-
a sexual education podcast.
And so then I said, I have a podcast. And I said,
What a
you wanna do?"
coincidence.
It was like you did it on purpose.
I didn't even know you had a podcast.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I totally thought you were like, hey, I want to do a podcast. And I was like, I have one.
No.
Oh. Well, you lucked the fuck out.
It was
Seriously.
just- I literally don't deep dive that much into people's.
Oh, I am like,
Social media
I will Google
sometimes.
you, I will check out. I
But
will
there
make
are
down
certain
pages,
people that
I'll
I
check
will.
everything out.
There are certain people that I will, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just like, I just wasn't one of them.
No.
Was it because I wasn't good enough? Or was it because...
No, it's
I
because
wasn't a threat?
I'm.
Rawr.
Rawr. No, it was just because I'm a stoner and I got high and forgot.
You're like, I just didn't get there
I
yet.
literally got too high.
Preach. Like today.
Yeah.
Woo.
Woo.
But yeah, so then she came to me and she was like, hey, I want to do a show. And I was like, hey, I have a podcast. What kind of show you want to talk about? So then when she came to me with this, sexual education show, I was like, wow, this is going to be such a great idea, especially for the sense that, like, I don't know a lot about sexual education. I had my little, like, 7th grade class, like, that you do that doesn't teach you about anything.
That doesn't teach you anything.
And then I've had now personal experience and porn. And
Yeah.
that's about it.
Yeah.
But you actually
I know
have gotten...
way too much for my own good.
And so what you were telling me, too, is you got into sexual education because you got tricked.
I did. I got heckin' bamboozled, Cody.
You got
I got
the,
sucked
hey,
into.
girl, do you want to quit your job and be your own boss? Oh my God, hey girl, you want to make $180,000? Did you get it? Did that how it happened?
Yeah, kind of.
I knew it.
I got sucked into an MLM. I'm not going to
God damn it.
name the company, just out of respect,
R.I.P.
because there are people that are associated with the company that I still highly respect as a sexual educator. So
Which,
I'm
that's not
keeping
a
that
bad
information to myself.
That's fair.
Yeah. But yeah, I was like 19 and I was still doing my Rocky Horror shadow casting stuff. And I was always so interested in sexual education because growing up in my homes, I had 2 homes because my parentals were divorced. But each home was very sex positive.
Okay.
And like my mom got me, you know how people make jokes about the American Girl doll period book?
No. Wait, what?
Yeah.
Go back.
Yeah. You know, like
Period book.
like,
American Doll.
Like the American Girl dolls.
Mm-hmm.
You know what those are, right?
I know what those are.
Yeah. They made like a period book for like 10 to 12-year-olds.
Okay, slay.
To
Was it positive? Was it a good thing or a bad thing? Okay.
Yeah, it
Alright,
taught
American
you
Girl.
about menstruation, and it had little diagrams of both the male and female
They should
genitalia.
change that doll's name to American Utopia Doll.
American
Girl doll.
Girl doll.
Because that ain't the actual America. If it was, it would have a little coat hanger on the side and saying no rights attached to the side of it, and then saying fuck her right in the pussy next to it, and then maybe like just like a weird creepy dude on the side just like awkwardly staring like a picture in the back of the box. That's an American Girl doll. And then a Balenciaga photo shoot.
And the Balenciaga. Just for good measure. Just for good measure. No, but...
Eddie.
Yeah, so, you know, we were very sex positive in both of my homes. So I was given a book of all about my, like, menstruation and my period. Really cool. And my anatomy and how to, like, check for things, make sure everything's healthy, all that stuff.
See, and I know a lot of people who don't get anything like that. Who literally, like...
No, my mom... Me and my mom were always so open when I was younger because it was just the two of us.
That
Have you seen those TikToks about, like, the naked mom homes?
No.
Like... It's like, yeah, did you grow up with a naked mom? Where your mom wasn't, like, purposefully walking around naked, but you guys were just comfortable around each other? And it was just normal growing up?
Would your mom then be a nudist?
No.
Or is it just, like, she getting ready, like, because shower to, like, the closet?
No, and I didn't have a sense of personal space.
Oh, so you're
like,
just like,
Mom. I was like,
she's over there, like, taking a fat shit. We didn't realize like, fighting back demons. Then. And you're just like, hey, Mom, you want to see this cool coloring I did?
Pretty much. We did not realize back then that I was autistic. We thought that I just had ADHD, which I think I have a little bit of both. But I had no sense of personal space, so I would just bust into my mom's room whenever I felt like it. There were a few times when she had first started dating my now dad.
Hi, Dad.
Hi, Dad. Please don't watch this. And tell Mom not to watch it either. But I had tried to walk in on them while they were having private adult time.
No.
Yeah.
You tried to?
I
like
tried
the door was locked?
Yeah, the door was locked.
So I walked in on my parents one time, and luckily they didn't see me. I actually had to tell them the story.
Oh, no, they saw me. Know. They heard me. Oh. They were like, go away!
I was, like, early in the morning. I think it was, like, 7:30 or something on a Saturday.
Yeah, it was like 12:30 in the morning. Oh. I had just finished watching Maury, and I still could not sleep. I was, like, 9, by the way.
See, mine was in the morning time. And I remember I walked over to my parents' room and I like went over and the door was open. Like, why would you keep the door open? It's 7:30 and my parents aren't up, so I'm gonna go wake them up or something. I don't know. I don't know why I was going in there. Maybe I wanted food, but I opened the door, and like I remember, I see my mom on top, my dad on the bottom, and it was like I instantly knew I was not supposed to be there. So I like and I closed the door really fast, and then like I was like, oh fuck, I'm gonna be in trouble. Like, I don't know why, but I was like, I'm gonna get in trouble. Like, I don't know. Like, it's my fault for walking in. Like, I should
like,
have been there.
Not.
I was in a place I should not have been. Like, I'm gonna get in trouble. And we were actually, like, redoing a bunch of stuff in our house. So we had a bunch of furniture, like, pushed up to the front door. And so there was, like, a little tiny crawl space, like, on the side. And then, like, right by the door and the furniture. So I crawled in there and I hid in between the door and the furniture for, like, about an hour. Like, just hiding until I, like, knew that, like, everybody was out and about doing their stuff, and then eventually came out, and they just assumed I woke up. They literally had no idea it happened. I told my mom about it, like, a little bit ago, and she was like, that did not happen. I was like, yeah, I thought you guys knew. I thought I was going to be in trouble.
She's like, no, we had no clue.
Literally. I guess just scarred for life. Yeah. And then I, like, silently dealt with it. I thought we all dealt with it, and we were just, like, all ignoring it, but I was just pretending it didn't happen, I guess.
Yeah, but anyways, so I grew up in very sex positive homes. Like, nothing was ever kept secret from me. They told me things. My biological sperm donor man thing, I don't know. He got me it's called the Big Blue Book of Sex, and it's exactly what it sounds like. It's a big old thick. It's
Do you still have it?
No.
Damn.
I forgot to grab it when I was getting my stuff from the house when I left it permanently, and I asked for it back. Like, I made like a whole very specific list of things I wanted back. I did not get half of that back.
How much is it?
It's like, I don't know, maybe
how much
$30?
fun would it be to have it?
To have one.
And then to
flip
just
to a random page.
Like, refer to it.
Yeah, flip to a random page.
I can open library. The big book of sex. The big black book of sex.
No, it was blue.
Big blue book of sex. These are all like open library. Where do I buy this mofo? Shopping. Does it not exist?
No.
Are you lying to us?
It's real.
I don't know.
I swear.
It doesn't seem to be existing. Hold on, let me not check Bing. That's not very reliable source here.
No, yeah, see? It was first published in 1996. But
Big blue book of sex.
Yeah.
That's what it looked like?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not what I was thinking it was going to be.
Yeah.
What if I want to buy it? Where can I buy it? $5.99. Oh, that's not it. That sucks.
I don't know if you.
I don't know. Anyways, we'll look for it. Maybe if we can find it, try to see it somewhere, and then we can kind of refer to it. That would be fun. That'd be fun.
That would be fun. But
you get this book.
Yeah, I get this book. I'm like a teenager at this point, 13, 14, 15. The times that, most teenagers, I think, start experimenting with their bodies. Figuring out how things work down there. And yeah, so I had like all of this sexual education knowledge and I didn't know what to do with it. And then I met this lady. I'm not saying any names, but she's very, very nice. And I don't remember exactly how we met. I think because I was like 19, I think I was invited to one of like the parties.
All those little like dildo, like adult toy parties.
Yeah.
Where they're like, ooh, now
and
ladies,
like,
check this
a dildo.
out.
It's a rabbit.
Now this one looks like a lipstick. Keep that on the travel.
Put it discreetly in your purse.
Moms, you know what I'm talking about.
Very, very that. Very that. That's maybe a little exaggerated, but it is very that. So
that's how
I told her
I need it
that
to
I was
be,
interested
everything.
in like doing it because I would like anytime they asked trivia questions, my hand immediately went up because I already knew the answer and I was so young. I was 19. And there are women like, sitting there in like their 30s and 40s, and they're like,
"How you know so much?"
And I'm like, "I'm smart."
Who is this girl?
I'm like, "I'm smart."
Girl.
I'm like, "I'm smart." So yeah, I got sucked into it. I paid a little too much money for my starter kit.
Do you remember how much?
I think it was like $250.
And what did the starter kit come with?
It had.
What are you getting for your $250?
So it was actually quite a lot.
Okay.
So it came with a bunch of like booklets that you could like lay out at the party so they could flip through a physical catalog while you're talking about everything. And then it had a vibrator with... For
personal use or for show?
For show.
Oh.
All of this stuff was for show. I'm getting to that.
Oh, okay.
All of this stuff was for show. So it was not used. It stayed in the box. It would be presented at parties. I would show them how to turn it on, show them how many settings there were. I think that one purple vibrator that came with it had like 30 different vibration settings. And like different patterns and like lengths and strengths and...
That's just a lot of clicking and moving and grooving around.
I only went to the third setting.
See, you find your one favorite setting and you're like, I don't need any other one.
And it's the third one, but you can't go straight to the third one. You gotta work your way up a little. You gotta start with the one.
You gotta make yourself work for it.
Once that gets comfortable, you go up to the 2. You enjoy 2 for a little bit.
You can't just go straight for that dessert.
And then when you are ready to get down to business.
Let's get down to
business. Oh, don't sue us, Disney.
Oh, shh.
But
it's like Disney's watching this, masturbating.
Yeah, but once you get down to business, once you want to get down to business and get it over with because you got places to be, you have an appointment. You bust it on the third setting. you find a nice porn and you enjoy your time. So that was one of the toys.
She's like, I remember when. Take me back. I literally think she just had a fond memory.
I actually did. I'll get to why in a second. But then it came with, it was called a hand drive. Do you know what a pocket pussy is?
Yes.
Yeah, it's kind of like that.
Okay.
But it doesn't look
Motorized?
like a pussy. No.
Hand drive. I would expect it to move like in a
No.
hand.
I'm about to explain it to you why it's called the hand drive. So it's
actually
basically
a
like
dance
a
move?
silicone pocket pussy, but it doesn't look like a pussy. It's blue, and there's a hole on either side, and so you lube up the dick, you get it hard, you put it on, and then you hold it at the base, and then you grab the top portion of the silicone, and you do this.
Wow.
Yeah. And it suctions and yeah.
Hand jive.
The hand jive.
So it's like a dance for your hand.
Yeah, that's why they call it the hand jive.
On your penis.
On your bean. Yes.
Wow, okay, so you're selling all these
It also came with various types of lubes, lotions, perfumes, like, those pheromone perfumes.
Okay.
It came with that. Mine, because we all tried it, mine has a slight, like, floral, but those harsher florals, like the jasmine and the rose and, like, the old lady flower scents. It was like that, and then peppery. Like, it smelled like black pepper.
That doesn't sound good.
It was delicious.
How?
It
Like,
just felt so. It just felt.
like,
It felt so unisex.
Okay.
And I felt powerful because nobody else had that like peppery smell coming through. They got notes of like vanilla.
Okay.
And so I felt different and special and unique, and like I had a gift.
You're like, I have something different.
Yeah.
I have something that all of you
It's
don't.
a little spicy.
It's nice.
A little spicy,
Ooh.
which makes sense because I'm
Wow.
a Sagittarius.
So you need something like that.
Yeah.
So that just like thrives for you.
Yeah.
So you're getting all this stuff. It's all resonating with you. You've got your back knowledge. Now what are you doing with it? Like, what's the next step?
I'm trying. And when I say trying, I mean I was really trying. I was getting so frustrated to get people to book parties so I could sell things. And nobody... I booked like maybe 2 or 3 parties. And I had several people telling me that they wanted to book parties, and then they never did. Even though it did not cost them anything.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's the thing. They're going to say to your face, like, oh, yeah, totally. And then that day, shit's going to come up.
And then not do it.
They're just not going to want to go.
Yeah.
They're like,
Yeah.
I'll order my shit on Adam and Eve.
Yeah. Pretty much. So there was that. And then, and then websites like Adam and Eve and stuff started getting super popular. So we had very stiff competition because this company that I worked for, their toys were expensive. I'm talking that purple vibrator that I was talking about, $150.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Okay, so now knowing how much all of that is, when you were like, okay, fuck you guys, I'm done. You paid for this shit. You have to give it back. Okay, good.
No, I kept it because
Okay,
I paid for it, so I kept it.
Yeah, hell yeah. Okay, that's all I had to make sure because I was like, they ain't gonna try to be like, okay, now give it back.
No, I kept it. I still have some of them.
Except the purple one?
Except the purple one. But here's the thing. I had it from the time I was 19 to the time I was 24. I just turned 25.
Okay, so I mean, it
died on
lasted.
me earlier this year. Like over the summer.
So it's like, it lasted.
Yeah. And the only reason it broke was because the charger, it looks like a little mini auxiliary cord like cable that you plugged into it broke off inside of it. So whatever charge, and I could not get it out. I tried so hard. I could not get it out. It was broken. I'd had it for so many years, and then I told myself, okay, this is my sign that it's time to let this go and start using my new toy that I had just gotten like 6 months prior. And so I only could use it with the amount of charge that was left on it.
Damn.
And then the second it died, a little piece of my heart was broken.
Oh.
Because it was my favorite and it felt so nice. And it wasn't a lot of work. Oh, I didn't have to like superposition anything. I just threw it down there and it held it in place.
So, with all of this knowledge,
yes,
now we're ready to just kind of we're ready to give her space to spew and share this knowledge with the world.
Yes.
In a great way. Especially coming from someone who I don't know.
You don't know much.
I don't know much. We're going to go in, we're going to have a good time. We're going to have some good laughs, some good stories.
Yes.
Some good times. This one's really just kind of what this is about. Just us hanging out. Mm-hmm. Deep diving into some shit.
And I'm talking like deep. Like I might be talking about some things that I don't even think my parents know.
And that's what I'm really kind of that was the one thing I'm most excited looking for, is doing like deep dive onto history of like certain things and kind of seeing like where they started, where they came from, how they evolved, and kind of having like a really cool thing to give out and do some cool like researching. Where do we want to go next? Because we got a couple things excited just to dip our little toesies in.
I think maybe do you want to start here? Just start there. So they can get to know us a little bit?
Sure.
Yeah.
So, as for me, the one of the co-hosts, I am Cody Shant. I created this little thing that we have here going. That's my favorite thing to do, honestly, is just to create and have a good thing going and starting with zero and having something.
100%.
So that's me. We're out here every, what is it, Wednesday today?
Yes, Wednesday.
Every Wednesday. So we'll be here every Wednesday.
Around 4:30-ish.
Whenever we decide.
Sometime between the hours of 4 and 5 p.m.
Yes. Me, I am a gay man. Mm-hmm. A homosexual, if you will.
You're homosexual? You're homosexual? You see my video?
I love that one. I love it. So,
you're homosexual?
That's me. I don't know. I mean, to know me is... to know me. I'm not a lot. I'm really face value here. I love to come up here. I love to spew my opinion that nobody asked for. I got a lot of shit inside that, some people, they like to journal. They like to play video games. They have other ways of de-stressing or like just kind of being able to express themselves. Music, that's something I like to do. And I have a good time doing it, but it's just fun. I don't really find or understand the emotional part. I can get it, but that's not really where it kind of clicks for me.
Yeah.
And podcasting and doing this, the minute I put a fucking microphone in my face, it's like I lighten up. I can't shut the fuck up. And I just need this outlet. Like sometimes I just start talking about shit and it goes down. And I think that's kind of one thing too that I'm super excited to get into this show as well, is just to kind of see what I come out of, what comes out of me, and like how I kind of like develop through this, and like what I learn and where my ideas or like what I kind of open up or bring. Like I'm kind of excited to see where that goes,
Yes.
And see what this show has to do. But that's me. I'm over here just living my life. I was actually just telling Pixie when we got here, I was like, there's this meme that's going around. I was trying not to I don't know, fuck it. There's this meme going around right now about like the goth girl and then the golden witch boy. And it's so funny. We took a picture today and I was like, we look just like that meme right now. Like, especially with the lighting
that was
on
not
it,
planned.
was
I just threw on something cute but comfy. And then I have my jacket over here for when I leave and go out later. Because
it's going to be cold. It's going to be cold. But who the fuck are you?
So I am Pixie J. People call me Pixie.
Why are you in my house?
PJ. Peach. Peach. Only like one person calls me Peach. And it's his name is with a K.
Like nobody fucking
He always hangs out at the Rock. But so I am an AFAB non-binary drag performer. and I'm very gay.
And we are so excited to have you here.
And when I say I'm gay, it means I like a small pinch of men, and then all women and non-binary people.
Yes.
Like all of them.
Just respect.
Yeah.
I respect that.
Especially Jennifer Coolidge.
It's just hard with men.
Stabler's
I'm not
mom.
gonna lie. Yes, Jennifer Coolidge. I actually have never really even seen a whole lot about White Lotus until just recently, now that she's on it. And I don't even really know what the show's about, but now I hear everybody talk about it. She's on it.
Yeah. I know that much.
That's meme where the one girl's like, she's like, who do I look like? And she's like, Peppa Pig. And apparently it's improvised. It's the best fucking thing.
I fully believe that. Jennifer Coolidge is the queen of, like, improvisation on shows that she's on. Have you ever seen Two Broke Girls?
Yes, I love that show. I watched it.
Half the shit that came out of her mouth, I'm pretty sure was improvised.
She's awesome.
She said the most unhinged, off-kilter shit. And it was so funny because she played Sophie, who was, like, foreign and had this, like, accent.
Yeah, she was, like, rich.
But it was, like... I didn't know where Sophie was supposed to be from. They kept it like a little too vague.
They never like told. They just she had. She
wasn't
accent.
from there. Yeah.
But that's you. What are you doing? What do you like to do? What are you out? Who are you?
I am a drag performer. You can catch me a lot of places. Actually, I do stage kittening for Trey at Cirque du Soleil on Thursday nights at 8 p.m. at Cobalt, and I sometimes perform.
Which is tomorrow.
My fiance is doing a drive-by. He's over there. He's chilling. He's
in
waving.
The corner.
But he's doing a little drive-by, and a certain someone might be making a little cameo for it. Ooh. Just like a small one, just like kind of quick.
See, and because you're always doing shows and shit, we'll make sure we're giving your time to promote your new and upcoming thing. Make sure people know where to see you.
Yes, so that's on Thursday, and then this Saturday...
Because we got a performer on our hands, ladies and gentlemen.
This Saturday, the 17th, I am in association with the Pain-Proof Punks. If you guys don't know who the Pain-Proof Punks are, they're a burlesque sideshow group.
Ooh.
They do like bed of nails, walking on Legos, climbing up ladders made of swords.
Wow.
Yeah, I was there for that.
That actually looks.
I was there for that. I had to help put the swords in and take them out. It was terrifying.
How are you walking on swords?
Very carefully.
No.
The swords are they're kind of dulled, but they're still very dangerous, and you have to put your feet in a certain place on it, like with the ball and the heel, like super level and even. Yeah. It was kind of nightmarish to watch. And when I tell you, I wasn't even just sitting in the audience. I was on stage watching that happen. Because then I had to hand them things. It was so scary.
No. I love watching that stuff, but it's like I gotta
suspension.
That stuff's always like, I get so kind of caught up in those videos because I'm just like,
it looks horrifying, but then when you watch it in person, the first time I watched it in person, it was so beautiful.
I'm just like, how does it not hurt?
No, it does.
Yeah, you have to. You're being suspended by your skin.
Yeah, it does. But anyways, I'm in a show of theirs. It is their holiday show. It is the Slasher Sideshow, a holiday horror.
Ooh.
And it is at Pub Rock, starting at 9 p.m. The festivities begin. There are also going to be like bands and stuff there, like punk bands and stuff that are playing before us and after us and in between, and lots of things going on. Lots of burlesque routine, hot wax pours. And the really fun and unique thing about this is it's not just a normal holiday show. It is a slasher sideshow. So we are all doing numbers based off of famous horror films. And I am doing Tiffany from The Bride of Chucky.
Ooh, that's got to be something.
Yeah, I have
that's gonna be such a look.
I have a whole mix that I made.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's so good. And it's so fun. And I get to roll around on stage and tear my jacket off.
Ooh.
Like, violently and fling myself all over the place.
Everywhere you need to go.
Yeah, but it's going to be at Pub Rock at 9 p.m. on Saturday the 17th.
Let's go.
Oh, and then I'm making a very brief drive-by cameo on Christmas Eve in Lady on the Rocks at 8 p.m. at The Rock.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're everywhere.
I'm everywhere.
You're always somewhere.
And then you can
always see
catch
a promotion
me
for you.
every Monday doing karaoke at The Rock. Sometimes I host for Trey when he can't. And then I go to Cobalt every Tuesday to the Queer Agenda.
So you're just out and about. You're a little
To
busy.
see all my babies, all my friends.
Ugh. So yeah, we will be making sure that we keep everyone posted on shows coming up and where we can find Pixie J performing.
Absolutely.
And hunt her down in the wild. I'm not kidding. Please hunt.
And if you recognize me, come up and say hi. I love giving people hugs and getting to know people.
Let's get a little bit more deeper, a little bit more what's this show's about. Ooh. So when you're getting a little cozy and toasty in the bedroom,
Comfy.
what's your favorite position? Where are you not starting, but where are you finishing?
Listen, here's the thing.
Oh, it's getting serious.
It depends on the person, first of all.
Oh.
But second of all, it depends on how I'm feeling that day. Because I'm verse. So I'm both a top and a bottom.
Oh.
Yeah, so I just have to decide in the moment if I want to be a top, a dominant top, a soft top, a bottom, a pillow
verse,
princess.
or are you like a gay verse where you're actually just a bottom, but you say you're a verse?
Oh no, I'm a verse.
Okay, respect.
Yeah,
just got to clear that one out.
I've gone exploring in quite a few men's caverns.
You're like
I went spelunking.
I was gonna say, you remember, I don't know why, because I'm not that desensitized, and it's not like I don't know anything. Like, I'm definitely like, I like porn, I watch porn, I know what's going on, and it's just more of like the history and the depths of things that when I say like I don't know a lot of stuff. But I don't know for what it is, but anytime like pegging, I think it's just because it's such a funny scene. It's the Broad City when Abby has to peg what's his face, the neighbor. That fucking episode is just so fucking funny to me when she gets the identical looking one and he's like, this cheap plastic. Fucking chucks it. That's where I always go to with my mind with like pegging. It's just right there.
No, can't say I've had that happen to me.
Luckily, you've never melted one of the dildos?
No.
So, but if you gotta say, like, you're feeling right, because we got some info here, but you're feeling right. Everything, it's like your perfect scenario.
Yeah.
What's that in position? Like, last time you can have sex right now, you're dying in 20 minutes, you're having sex right now. What's the last position you want to be in?
I am throwing my whole upper body just down on the bed. My knees are like right on the edge of the bed with my legs dangling off. And just my ass as high up as I can get it. And then I get my vibrator. And I slick my arm down there and I'm doing one of these. And they're just...
Oh, doing the whole whip.
From behind.
Going back and forth, going like, I got these.
Yeah. Just like manhandling me by the hips.
Okay.
Maybe giving my hair a little tug.
A little bit of the same here.
Just a light one. Just a light tug of the hair.
Yes, always got to be tugging at the hair. Tugging at the hair or at the throat
At
somewhere.
the throat.
It's got to be some sort. Okay,
we can get into that too at a later date.
Another like episode.
On a safety episode. We'll have a safety episode.
Yes. Because here's my thing is I think I am like... I have created such a little life for myself here and it's just like me. And I mean like... I just have figured things out, so now I'm just like, it's me, myself, and I have to make sure it works out like me.
Yeah.
So when I'm having sex, just like the famous saying, like, I want to not be in charge anymore. Like, I want to not make any more decisions. I want to not know, like, if this is going to be my last breath or not. Like, I want all decisions out of hand.
So what I'm hearing...
I make all the decisions in real life. In the bed life, I don't want to make any decisions. I'll be thrown around like a little rag doll.
That is such an elaborate way of saying that you're a fucking bottom.
Baby bottom bitch boy.
A little baby bottom.
One of my favorite necklaces is a little baby boy necklace. It just like dangles down. It's so cute. It's adorable.
Maybe you can add pearls onto it later.
I have a pearl necklace. I have 2 pearl necklaces. But they're really cute. One's got a little teddy bear on it, and one's like half pearls, half like a little like fake gold chain, and then it's got a little like lock on it. Very cute. Very fashionable. But no, yeah, I'm a little like baby boy bottom. You know me's. And I'm the same way, like face down, ass up. That's the way we like to yuck. You know what I'm saying?
Yuck. Do you think that's the sound Goofy makes when he's yucking his wife?
Yuck.
I
think it's a little deeper. Like, you know that like TikTok
Why does he sound? Why does
him.
it sound like a Mortal Kombat character?
It's him. Like he goes into like the Mortal Kombat rage. You know, Super Smash Bros. That's like Goofy.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
When he's like fucking.
Oh, okay. When he's yucking.
He's yucking. But that's me. Also, too, though, I will say, if we're talking about favorite things, and we're getting a little deep here, and I want to be honest in the show, you got to lay it all out.
You got to lay it out on the table. That's what we're here to do, to kind of help reduce the stigma.
Personally, have a very big oral fixation.
Oh, you like things in your mouth.
I do. I'm very much a lollipop kid, if you will. And so that's...
Licking the lollipop, are we?
Yes. 100% all the time. I love it. Because also, here's the thing, too, is like, I have figured out, just like the choking sensation during sex, that's what you get, too. And then also, I am a lazy bitch. So most of the time, I just don't want to do the work, to get clean, to get ready.
Please tell me you were one of those people that dangles your neck off the side of the bed. 100%.
You best believe. I actually
That's also a method to help it get deeper.
Trust. Yeah. Trust, best believe. Like
when I tell you that I could not do that until my tonsils came out.
Oh, I don't think.
And all of a sudden I was a wizard.
See, and well, that's like, I don't know.
I could make their wands disappear.
One thing I've also heard too, and you know, I ain't.
That was so funny. I'm sorry.
I need you to like sit there and think about what you just said quietly. Yeah, look that way. Look the other way.
Bye,
baby. But one thing. Okay, hey, come back over here to the show.
I'm sorry you told me to look that way, and that's where my fiance's currently sitting. Trying to ignore us.
Which I love it. I love that he's here, and it's just all so
he's
open.
So supportive.
It's a really cool vibe to have. It's awesome. Anyways, not that I'm bitter and sad and lonely.
That sounds like a personal problem.
I wanted this is where I need to get a soundboard because if I could hit like a little cricket noise right there,
or a little mini violin.
Why are you being so mean? But anyways, I had heard this thing. I had read this thing, heard this thing, seen somewhere. You know, I saw it on the internet, so it must be true.
It has to be true.
That like a lot of your kinks are like inherited from your parents. I
can confirm.
Me and my mom are close, but we're not that close. So I'm talking about that kind of stuff.
Me and my parents have had full blown conversations about that.
We will tell like funny stories, or if like, cause like, very much have like grown a family of like our friends are now our family, like our close family friends. That's who our family is and stuff. So we'll all sit together, like hang out, like have a good time, tell stories and stuff. So like there really is no boundaries. So you hear a whole bunch of shit. So it's not like there's any like boundaries really. But I wouldn't know that shit. I wouldn't know. But I'm also like, it kind of makes sense. Like I don't know, probably. Like I know my mom. Like I hear the stories. Like
it's interesting, isn't it?
And then so that's where like I'm lazy.
I kind of want to whisper it to you what it is that I learned. but I don't think I'm at liberty to say
We'll just wait till after the show.
Aloud. I can tell you later.
But, so, that's one of my, like, I just really, like, getting my throat used. We're just gonna say it out. But because it's less work, I could just be quite ready and, like, let's go. I don't gotta get myself cleaned up and ready. And just to kind of, like, I know we're kind of jumping in, but it's just kind of, like, a good direct thing. One of the most annoying things, it's not even like it's not an embarrassing thing, especially in gay sex. It happens all the time. Like, it is what it is. If you're not a grown-up or, like, a normal fucking human being, then, like,
especially
I'm not even having sex with you in the
especially
first
if you
place.
have tummy issues.
I got IBS.
I was gonna
I'm
say,
an IBS queen.
IBS bitches got it real rough.
It's rough. I got IBS.
Especially
I'm lactose
as a
intolerant
little
and I love
bottom
cheese.
bitch boy.
Yeah. So, like, my shit's always fucked up. So it's very rarely, too, that I'm like, okay, my stomach's good, let's do this.
You're like, I can't.
But there was this one fucking time I had this gentleman over. We were hanging out, smoking, playing some video games, just chilling, you know, doing the regular thing. And then it starts getting a little spicy. And then I, you know, do my thing. I go down on him and everything. And then, you know, they do the thing where, like, let me put it in your butt. Probably said it not like that, but that's how I heard it. That's how I always hear it. Let me put it in your butt.
Let me put it in your butt.
So then I'm like, okay, like, let's go. Because I planned for this. You know, you always plan for it. And I was ready for it. And I had spent goddamn fucking 30, 40 minutes in the fucking bathroom. And I was going. And then it was clear. It was clean out. I was doing all the right things. I know what to do. I doing the right things. And I was ready. And then we start going at it. And we're going at it. And then we're going at it. And then all of a sudden, he's like, we need to stop. And I'm like, what do you mean we need to stop? And then you could smell it. And because this is the thing. It was not like a little bit, dude. All the lights were off. Luckily, you couldn't really see it.
It wasn't just like a little tiny dingleberry?
It was like he found like the deep, like hidden doo-doo mother loach in there. Like it was like the Chipotle that was stuck in my stomach from like a week ago.
Like when the SWAT team brings in that thing to like
bad, dude. It was like I just remember seeing, and it was like. So then I had to grab a towel and I like just kind of like was like, don't fucking move, because it's dark and like you can't see anything. So I ran up, grabbed a towel really fast. I went over and I kind of did like a wipe real fast, just kind of like wipe it off. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna throw this towel away because like doo doo's on it now. Like doo doo on the dick, doo doo on the towel, doo doo everywhere. Doo doo gross, doo doo on like my bed, doo doo like. We gotta send it. There were little doo doo marks on my white comforter. It's white.
Okay,
you know how long it took to clean it?
Listen, when I accidentally got a little shit on the bed, like, recently, it thankfully did not soak into the mattress. I was thoroughly embarrassed.
Well, and what's also annoying, you know, it's not like you're waking up at a decent hour. So this is happening at, 2 in the morning, and I just want to fucking go to bed now. I'm embarrassed. I'm like, oh my God, this is like...
the worst.
There's doo-doo everywhere, and now there's doo-doo on my bed, and I can't even go to sleep now because now there's lube, doo-doo, and like wet stuff everywhere.
There are specimens.
So then I'm like, okay, get in my fucking shower, take a goddamn shower, like now. So then he gets in the shower, he takes a shower. While he's in the shower, I'm sitting next to him, like, wiping my fucking ass.
Did you have any wet wipes?
Yeah, I was like doing the thing,
good.
getting everything all ready and everything. So then I come back in and I sit down and I'm like sitting there waiting for him. I'm like, oh my fucking God. So he comes out and he's like, hey. And I'm like, sorry. Like, my bad. I really, really tried and I thought I was good. And he's like, no, you're good. It happens. And I'm like, respect. That's the right answer. It fucking happens. So then he comes back down and he sits down and I was like, well, I could suck your dick now you showered. Like, you really want to do it? And he's like, yeah. And then I like finished him off that way. And then he went home. So, I mean, we still got ours.
Disgusting.
A little bit. He showered. I mean, how much more do you want?
That's
like,
fair.
I like,
He
told him to
used
shower.
soap?
He used soap. I was like,
You know
the
he
soap's
used
here.
soap?
Yeah, his pee-pee tasted like soap.
Oh, okay.
The wiener was good.
Okay.
It was a good wienering.
Okay.
It was a decent wienering.
Okay.
It was fine. He blocked me actually recently, only because he had sent me text after text after text after text trying to like hang out, and I just wasn't about it. Only because like, okay, we're gonna get deep into this. Only because like a couple years ago, I was like into him, really, really into him, and then like he was just like, nah, not about it, or like kind of drugged me along, and then was like, oh, I'm not really looking for anything, and then like would like do that thing where he'd hit me up when he's horny, and then we'd like hit up, and then like block me though after. I'm
Is
like,
this
man,
somebody
we could
that
be
I know?
friends. No,
Oh.
I don't think you know him. We'll talk about it later.
Okay.
But I don't think we do. But it was just like the back and forth, and eventually I just got tired of it, and I was like, whatever. And then that happened, and I just kind of realized, like, sorry if you're listening, the dick just really ain't that it. Like, how much stuff do we really have in common? I don't know. It just wasn't really like, I want to hook up with you. So anytime he hit me up, it was like, hey, let me know if you want to hang out tonight. I'm like, no. I have, like, no sexual desire to hook up with you anymore. But then I was like, that's also your fault, because, like, I had it, and then you waited too long, and now it's gone. And then, like, he kept hitting me up over and over and over again, and I kind of, like, kept coming up with, like, excuses.
Shameful.
And I eventually stopped responding, and then I went on to Snapchat, and, like, I had the little X next to his name, so I was like, all right, cool. Sorry, not sorry.
Whatever.
When you look like this, you just have to be fighting the boys away all the time. I'm just kidding.
At least, okay, so that is pretty embarrassing.
Very much embarrassing.
I accidentally had it slide up in the exit only at that current juncture.
Those are some of my favorite straight porn videos because they're so fucking funny. They're sitting there, they're like, wow!
The accidental ones.
You see the videos of, like, cats having sex? Like, that's what it sounds like.
That is what it sounds like. But I was like, I like yelled because I was frightened. I was scared. I didn't know what to do. I wasn't prepped for that. There was no prep happening.
Prepping.
It just a little bit of my saliva and lady juices.
And the whole went from here to
yeah.
Real fast.
Yeah, it did not feel great.
No, and that's not good. I can tell you. You
so
gotta work your way.
we immediately stopped, and I was like, I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
It's like a long
make
lasting
sure everything's okay.
pain.
Yeah.
It
make sure
burns
I
after
could
a while.
not sit the next day.
Oh.
My ass was
I've
burning.
had that. I always like it when your legs twitch and you gotta kind of walk a little funny for a second. And you're like, hold on. I have a stick shift car, so every time I'm trying to leave, I'm like my car is shaking because I can't shift correctly. It's nice.
But anyways, yeah, so we stop. I go to check things out. There was maybe a little bit of blood. But not a lot.
A little tearing.
Just a
little tearing.
Small amount. It was not like...
What doesn't kill you makes you strong.
It didn't seem like a concerning amount.
Yeah, it's
given the circumstances that just happened and what could have happened.
I mean, seeing how wide the asshole can stretch,
you can almost fit two whole raccoons up there.
Have you tested this?
No, I just read about it
on the internet. Would you be down for testing this theory?
On you?
On you.
Not on me, no.
Listen, on our OnlyFans, check this out.
No!
Pixie in the Wild, XXX.
No OnlyFans. This cat is big mad.
Are you big mad?
Because we couldn't...
Big mad. I like to keep the door closed just to kind of help with the echo, of course. And of course,
yeah,
the cat
we
needs
also
to
have
go
all
in.
these jackets on here, so
that's true.
Fine. But yeah, so I clean up. I make sure everything's Gucci. There was some discomfort, for sure, but I go outside, and I don't see him in the house. I think he went. I was like, oh, he must have gone out front to have a cigarette. So I go out front. Truck my little hot gas out front.
I'm going out front.
I look at him.
Ooh.
This is a 6'2" man about to go into the Navy.
Oh.
Right. And he has a cigarette in one hand like this and his arms across like this. And he's just visibly shaking like a leaf, just staring off into nothing. And I come up, I'm like, hey, are you okay? And he went, oh my God, are you okay? Did I break anything? Is everything? I was like, everything's fine. Nothing to worry about, nothing too serious. Whoop, jump scare.
That's all it is. That's all it is.
That's all it really is. I was like, but I'm okay, I promise. Like, we're all good. Let's have just a few more moments together to collect ourselves, calm ourselves, and then I will go home. because it was starting to get late anyways. It was like 7:30, 8 o'clock at
Doesn't
night.
that suck when it just ruins it all? Like, the mood's now gone.
Yeah.
And the time's
And you want to
done.
talk about the mood and timing being gone, because I woke up the next morning at 11 a.m. I got a text message.
Oh.
This man breaks up with me over text message after not only accidentally putting it in the wrong hole.
He said, hey, this was a test. You were supposed to man the fuck up, and you didn't. Bye.
And we had that, so the day prior, right, when the incident happened, that was the day we had just gotten back from a week-long trip to Disneyland.
So, what did this text message say?
It was just like, hey, I'm so sorry, but I don't think I can do this anymore. It just doesn't feel right to me anymore. And I was like, what the hell are you talking about? And he was like, oh, you just always make me so mad.
Huh?
And I'm like,
Because I won't let you accidentally put it in my butt?
what? Well, we had been fighting a lot.
Oh.
But I was also, like, fresh out of trauma, so I was going through some shit mentally. I was not okay. I was messed up. I was very toxic. I recognize that now, and if he ever sees this, I'm so sorry.
That's always nice. And that's how you know that's growth, though, is like when you can look back at the situation and be like, okay, yeah, I fucked up. I was wrong. Like, I
will
did some
always
shit.
admit when I fuck up. Because when somebody else knows that I fucked up, there's no reason to hide it anymore.
Yeah.
Because they already know. So why would I lie
true.
to them at that point, you know?
Yes. Oh. Well, let's get into the last little bit of this. Because I didn't think of this, and we're getting along here.
Yeah.
For a very first episode.
Yeah.
We got some kinks and stuff. But to end the episode, we have a very fun, we'll kind of keep throwing this in here every once in a while. We find some good ones, but Am I the Asshole? One of the best Reddit
Threads
forums on the planet. Like, I can get caught up on this.
Do you have
forum.
those videos also pop up on your TikTok?
Yes, where it's like the
robotic
playing,
voice. It's the drumpy swipey game.
Subway Surfer, and then it's them reading it.
It's
I
them
love
reading.
those.
It's like a slightly robotic voice or whatever.
Yes.
I love those, but then sometimes it's like 5 parts, and you still don't understand what just happened.
Oh, I'm like, that's how they get you though. They cut it up, and then I'm like, well, I can't only just watch one. I have to watch the second one,
and then it brings more views to their page, more views to their videos. It's a very smart.
It is smart
Marketing tactic.
It's smart. Of making money
if you're
off
doing
of content,
it on
off
like
of other people's content.
Like if you're doing it on like purpose, because some of those stories are genuinely like a good 15 minutes long.
Oh yeah, like they actually are a good thing. They're
and
good,
not
like,
everybody has the update that allows them to upload 10-minute videos.
It's ridiculous. But we went through and we had gone through and found a couple sexual Am I the Assholes that we think we can kind of give our opinion on and have a good laugh at, honestly. Because this first one reminds me of a lot like me. But I am not the asshole. I would never even do this. Let's get into this one. Am I the asshole for charging my roommate for a brand new bed, sheets, and a mattress?
$3,500.
Which is a lot. Like, that's a fucking lot.
$3,500 mattress. That has to be the most luxurious.
It's got to be nice.
Delicate, delectable, like memory foam cloud mattress that you could ever sleep on.
Yes.
Who is paying $3,500 for a mattress? Is it like one of those? What are they called? The ones where you have the remote and you can
the like sleep number.
Them. Yeah, the sleep number beds.
Yes, probably. Yeah, actually, we'll get into it. Am I the asshole for charging my roommate for a brand new bed sheets and a mattress after his buddies had sex on my bed and got poop to bleed into the mattress? I have a roommate. We'll call him Darian. Darian and I before this had a bit of a tense relationship. Darian constantly used and disrespected my stuff. He leaves dishes out to soak. Multiple times he drank my expensive alcohol. So already before this event, we weren't on good terms, and I have told him many times as well, please respect my belongings, which is already the worst
red
thing
flag
to have
number 1
as a roommate. Like,
red flag number 1.
Don't take my stuff. At least ask. Like,
Here's
ask
the thing.
can go such a long way.
Here's the thing. I am awful about dishes. I let dishes pile up on my room. I let them sit in the sink for days on end. Like, it's a problem. But I do finally get around to doing it. I just have to kind of be encouraged a little.
My big thing with dishes is because I know I will leave them and let them sit if I don't do them. So I'm just that person where I'm like, I'll cook and then I'll immediately clean. I'll immediately do the dishes.
Yeah,
because if
I do that when I'm
immediately
making myself a little meal or for making a small meal.
I won't
just
do
for
it.
The two of us.
But that, and I get this, because, like, yeah, and then even taking your stuff, like, just ask, like, don't just take people's stuff. That immediately makes this roommate an asshole.
Yeah.
Where'd it go? Over the weekend, I was out for a work event, and apparently Darian invited some of his friends / lovers over.
Scandalous.
He told me before that they might crash the night. I told him that's fine. Well, when I come back, I notice my sheets are weirdly misplaced, and I investigate. When I lift up the sheets, there's a disgusting smell. And I look, and there are brown stains on my bedsheet and in my special mattress. I flip out.
Oh my God.
Instantly, you know it's
not
poop.
even, and you know it's not even yours.
Yeah,
that's what makes it worse. Because at least when it was when I shit the bed, it was my shit, you know? Like, that was my responsibility.
That is true. I'm pooping on my own comforter. So, like,
on my own terms.
Deal. So, yeah, the guy flips out. I take pictures of all the damages. I confront him, and he is like, oh, sorry, man. It was some of my friends, and they didn't know. I tell him he needs to pay me, and he can't get the money from he can get the money from his friends, but this is on him. They were his guests. And if he refused to, I'll contact his parents, and then I'll go to a small claims court. He's saying that he will pay for the bed sheets, but not the mattress, that the stains he will clean out, and that the mattress is too expensive. The $3,500 mattress, which is, fucking expensive. But you got doo-doo on the mattress. That's yours now to replace.
Buddy's shit in your roommate's bed.
Yeah. That's go to your buddy and you say, yeah, you need to pay me for this because now I have to pay my roommate because you doo-dooed on the bed. Like, yeah, no, sorry. Like, this, you have to pay it. As shitty as it is, like, you got the doo-doo.
What a shitty situation.
I told him I do not want to sleep on a shitty mattress, and after he pays me, he can have the mattress. He starts saying that I am being homophobic, that if a straight couple had sex on my bed, that I wouldn't be threatening them with small claims court.
I so would if they shat on my bed.
He says, I'm like, if they pooped on my bed, then yes, I would. For me, it is just gross to think of sleeping on this bed. And it had a special cooling technology, so I've put a mattress topper on it. It completely ruins the effect. No, you are 100%
so not the asshole. Your
and
roommate
you are also
is
not
the
homophobic. And that also is someone who is trying just to use that to get, like, I hate that.
I hate people like that.
I hate that because you just put a bad stigma on everybody else.
Yes, we are queer. We are gay. It's quite obvious. Look at us.
But we still do something wrong. Like that.
We're going to own up to it. And we're going to admit our mistakes. And we're going to do what we can, if we can, to remedy the situation.
Like, throwing around that stuff all the time, like, that's when people start to get the, like...
And it's so disrespectful to have sex in somebody else's bed.
Yes.
Like, that's so disrespectful.
Yes. But just, like, throwing around the whole, like, people being homophobic when they're just kind of confronting someone just because you're gay, that's when, like, the notion of, like, people start getting the bad,
it's
like...
so gross.
Opinions, and then that's when people start, like, oh, well, they're only just trying to cause this, or they're always just trying to, like, make
gay people are drama.
That's where it comes out, and it's like, well, yeah, no, when people are being homophobic, call them the fuck out. Yeah. But when your friends took a fat doo-doo field trip on his bed... No, you need to clean that. Like
that happened to a friend of mine. Something similar.
Replace it.
Something similar happened to a friend of mine.
They got doo-doo on the bed?
Not doo-doo. Not doo-doo, but she had, like, went and, like, stayed at her parents' for, like, the weekend or something. I don't know. But she was, like, not at the house, right? And she goes back. And she said that her room just felt off. When she first walked in, she noticed that the sheets, again, like the bedding was kind of jumbled up.
Yeah.
There were pillows on the floor. There was, like, food trash. And then a used condom.
You can't even throw away the condom?
There.
At least you know they were using protection.
And I'm like...
Them kids.
And supposedly, they filmed it.
Oh.
Yeah. Allegedly.
All right, let's get the link. Send the link.
Allegedly.
Put it on the screen.
Allegedly they filmed it. Allegedly.
You are not the asshole. 100%.
Absolutely not.
Like, and listen, small claims court for a $3,000 mattress, I respect. Yeah, listen, pay that fucking shit. I don't care who the fuck pays for it, but give me a new bed. I ain't sleeping on anybody else's poop. If it's my poop, then that's fine.
That's my problem, and
Listen,
I'll deal with it.
I've pissed the bed. I got too drunk and I pissed the bed before. Like, that's something you live with. Yes, it happens. But it's our piss.
So it's like, it's fine, I'll clean it, you know?
And it's also piss. Piss king. Respect. Scat king. I can't. I can't respect. I can't. I'm sorry, I can't respect.
You can get diseases.
I can't respect.
From feces.
And I don't want your doo-doo anywhere near me. So don't get it off my bed. You're not the asshole. Next one. Go ahead.
Am I the asshole for asking my roommate to not have sex in our shared shower?
How are you going to know? How would they know?
Let's get into it. I, 19F, and my roommate, 20F, have been friends since middle school and are now in our second year of university. We lived together last year and everything was great and still is great. No issues besides the title. In our apartment last year, the shower was simply not big enough for two people to fit in there, let alone have sex, so this issue never came up. My roommate has never had shower sex before. She's been with her boyfriend, 21M, for a year now and wants to do it in our shared bathroom. They can't do it at his place because he has 3 roommates who are always home compared to just me and her living together, and I leave most weekends to my hometown.
So you ain't even gonna be there.
I have no issues with them having sex. I've been in the apartment when they're doing it and heard them plenty of times before, and my roommate will tell me details about it, so safe to say I'm comfortable. My only issue is that I don't want to have a shower and it be ruined by the thought of them having sex right there where I'm standing. I don't know, to me it's a shared space and it's rude/unsanitary. It's a shower.
Yeah, I don't...
It rinses off, it cleans itself off.
That's what I would say. Like,
right? Because after you finish,
soap.
You're going to want to use soap to clean up because it gets messy in there.
I mean, it's not like they're over there just like purposely spreading their like juices everywhere, all over the walls and shit.
No, and actually most men are really smart about it and they'll aim down the drain.
Honestly, if you give men something to aim at, they'll aim for it
every
time. Why do you think there is a little bee inside the urinals and it's right in the middle? And it's literally just a picture of a bee, and or it's like usually it's a bee or like there's a symbol or something in all the urinals, and it's just to give men a target so that because us and our little gorilla brains, we just see something.
We're like, woo!
We gotta hit it. Yeah, if there's nothing there, and I do it too. Like if I'm drunk or something, I'm just like, woo! I'm just fucking spraying it. I'm like fire hose. Exactly, but then if there's a little bee, I'm like, hey,
you're you
gotta hit it.
You know, so fascinating.
Toddlers, like when you're training them to pee, my mom would like throw little Cheerios in the toilet, and she'd be like, hit the Cheerios, and like you give toddlers like a target, and then they're interested, and then that we are
so smart. Was it just like plain Cheerios?
Yeah,
please tell me your mom was not throwing Honey Nut in the toilet.
I don't know. I mean, I think we just had Honey Nut Cheerios, but like probably.
Gosh.
But no, and here's the thing. You are kind of being an asshole bringing this up because, one, it's an intimate experience between your roommate and her boyfriend, and they are having it in the shower when you're not even there, when you don't even know. So, like, unless she's bringing it up constantly and you're uncomfortable with the thought of it, I would say, hey, I would rather not know about it. Then I think that's something respectful you can ask for.
That's a boundary that me and a friend of mine had to set. But because he didn't want to hear about who it was I was sleeping with.
Like, the shower's going to be dirty regardless, or even just kind of you set a boundary of, like, if you're going to, like, sanitize that bitch before.
Yeah.
But, like...
just spray a little Lysol.
If you're always gone every weekend and they're just doing it and it's a, like, low thing that you ain't gonna know you're not even there, like, they have time to clean it after the weekend, like, no, I don't think that's fair for you to ask, quite frankly. And it's not, because it's not like it's that... It's a shared space, but it's a private shared space.
It is a private space, yeah.
It's still private.
So it might be shared, but when you're in there doing your business, that's your time to do as you please in there.
Like that's your room for that time.
Yeah.
Just as much as like.
That's why I don't understand. Like I get how couples can get to that point of comfortability with each other. The only people I'm not comfortable with are like my mom. You know, because it's my mom and she's seen me at my worst and most disgusting parts of my life. So, like, she's obviously going to know how to handle it.
Well, there is more story here.
Yeah. So, she also argued, the roommate was arguing with her about that she'd never know and what mess is it going to make.
Exactly. I think that's fair.
And that's fair. That's what we just talked about. And then she goes on to say, but I know eventually she'll cave and tell me about it and that they won't clean the shower after no matter what. Because what is there to clean? She said I was being unreasonable and we argued about it for a while. We dropped the issue since and I've felt like an asshole about it, but it's something I would want to bring back up again if I'm not being unreasonable. Here's the thing. She's probably already done it.
Oh, definitely. 100%.
The second that you left for another weekend, she probably immediately did it out of pure spite, and you have no idea. And you can just set a boundary to say, hey, I don't want to know about that. Don't tell me that. You know, if you do, don't tell me.
Maybe we're the assholes.
Because what you don't know...
But I don't see... I just think it's
I'm
like,
one of those type of people that
deal?
is like... And it can be kind of an asshole move, but when it's your personal private business like that, like, don't ask, don't tell.
Yeah, well, and it's also kind of like that's one of the shitty things you just have to deal with having a shared bathroom. If that kind of stuff is going to bother you, you need to make sure that you're getting 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom apartments.
2 bed, 2 bath, so that you're not sharing a bath.
Correct, but like that's just a thing that people are going to do. It's like a normal adult experience, and you can't expect people not to have it. Are you just bitter that you're single and you're not getting fucked in the shower?
But here's the thing also, shower sex is not that exciting.
It's not good.
It's not exciting. Great. It's uncomfortable, especially if you're thick like me.
Water gets everywhere. The showers are small.
It's slippery. It's cramped.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing. You know those big luxury showers that have like the seats in them?
That's different. They can fit like 12 people in there. You can lay on the floor and like not be in the water. You can like fucking do handstands.
Listen, that type of luxury, like share luxury. Or like, you know those really big, like heart-shaped bathtubs?
Yes, but those are different.
I
like
want to have sex in one of those.
Like I'm thinking, like I've had sex in my shower a couple times, and it's always bad. And it's like, okay, in order to get me into a good position, I literally have to bend like all the way fucking down, and I have like my hands on the fucking side of the tub, and then I'm like crunched up, and then I can only sit like that for just so long. But then I also got like water running down my back. I got water in my face. I got hair in my face. It's not good. So then I'm like, okay, well now I'm uncomfortable. Let's fucking switch. But then we turn around, and now I got water blasting me in the face, and then it's like, well, okay, let's try to go down, let's try to get on the knees, but then that's just still water hitting the back of your head. It's just not a good time.
I do not care how much
those
teen drama shows dramatize like bathroom sex at a party. No. It's not comfortable. That is a hard floor. It is not comfy, and if you're big and thick like me, getting up on that counter is not an option, especially based on the sink situation.
You're like, there's nowhere to sit.
Like your sink, I could probably do it because that's a thick surface.
Yeah, there's.
And I got some space here. I'm taking
it.
up a bit of space here, so I need a good spacious counter.
I don't know, and that's also like, I don't. The water in your face and like just getting blasted, like it's not a good time. Like,
and then
she's probably gonna do it once and it's gonna be done. Like I think just let her have her one moment, and it's not like she's gonna be like, oh my god, I love shower sex. I'm fucking in the shower every time.
Like porns dramatize that so much.
Yeah, no, I guarantee the water's not actually on most of the time. They're just kind of like spraying something, so that's not annoying.
That's why I always Google amateur.
It's always better.
Amateur porn. When you can tell that they have like good quality equipment, but you know that they're just a couple who decided to make porn videos together.
That is actually going to be a episode in the future. Yes. Amateur versus professional. But I think that's it. You kind of get a little bit of depth here of who we are, what this show's going to be about. We've got a whole bunch of fun topics already planned out for you guys. Like, I'm not kidding, like 13 episodes already ready. And then so much more to go down. This is a fun new project that I can't wait to like dive in deeper with. Thank you so much for listening. Please make sure to like, subscribe, comment.
Click that bell so you can get notified anytime we go live.
Oh, there we go.
I'm a professional.
She knows what's up. She knows what's up.
I watch so much YouTube. Do you understand how much Smosh videos I intake these days?
Here's the thing, too.
So much.
Listen.
Good Mythical Morning.
I say it all the time, like, this is the dream, like this right here.
Yes.
If I could do this forever and like actually make it like a job, this is the dream.
Absolutely.
But my favorite thing is like we're gonna have something that we're gonna be able to look back on.
Yeah.
And we're gonna be able to like grow old and be like, oh my god, look at these funny videos we were doing when we were in our 20s. Like, it's such a good time, and I'm just so excited to kind of dig deep, see where this goes. This was so much fun.
And I'm hoping that as we go, we can start bringing in maybe some special guests.
Try to see if I can get a microphone or something.
And maybe doing some like physical challenges, some physical feats.
We'll get it all figured out. I also, I got some things in the work. I got some ideas.
Those eating baby food videos. To remind us why we shouldn't have children.
I hate it. I hate kids. Anyways.
I will say that the mashed banana,
gross.
Gerber banana, and like mango pineapple are really, really yummy.
Ew. But please make sure to go check out That's Whack on all streaming
social
medias. We are here every single Wednesday from here on out, 4 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Yeah.
Arizona time.
I think that's
Is that Mountain Standard? I just always say Arizona time so that nobody gets confused.
But we will be here next week for you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to check out my other show. God damn it.
That's Whack.
It will be here tomorrow or Friday. Tomorrow or Friday. That's Whack returns for a whole new and exciting episode. I'm getting both things on track, baby. We're doing 2 episodes a week now. I'm super excited. But come check us out again next week. I am Cody Shawns.
I am Pixie J.
And thank you for checking out Nothing But Sex. Bye. Turn this fucking shit off.
Turn it off. Turn it off. Turn it off. Like a light switch. Just go click. Yay. It's a cool little Mormon trick. We do it all the time.
You will not be able to reconnect. Your stream will stop and you will no longer be live. Goodbye.